Ever get the feeling she's waiting for you to ask her out, but you're not sure if you're reading it right? Maybe it's the way she finds reasons to be alone with you, notices every little detail about you, or keeps dropping hints about doing something together. She's not going to say it outright, but she's hoping you will. Here's the truth. If you miss these signals, you might leave her wondering if you're even interested. But when you know what to look for, it's obvious. She's giving you the green light. And there's one sign most guys completely overlook, even though it's the clearest clue she's ready for you to take the lead. Stick around, because we're breaking down 10 signs she's practically begging you to ask her out. Don't miss 9. It might just be the biggest giveaway you've ever seen. 1. She creates opportunities for alone time. You're at a mutual friend's barbecue, and she casually says, "Let's grab a seat over there. It's quieter." Or you're at the gym, and after your workout, she lingers by the water cooler, saying, "You always seem to know the best stretches. Got any tips for me?" These moments aren't accidental. Younger women who are interested will find subtle ways to pull you away from the crowd, creating opportunities for a more personal connection. It's her way of signaling, "I'd like to spend more time with you," without saying it outright. But carving out alone time isn't the only way she's dropping hints. Sometimes it's all in the way she teases you. Let's dig into that next. 2. She playfully challenges you. You're at a golf range and she smirks, "Bet I can outdrive you." Or during a casual coffee chat, she teases, "You look like the kind of guy who still listens to CDs." These playful challenges aren't just jokes. They're her way of testing your confidence and creating an exciting dynamic. Psychologically, playful teasing creates rapport and allows her to gauge how you handle banter. Respond with confidence. Careful, you might regret underestimating me. And you've turned her challenge into a flirtatious back and forth. Younger women often find confidence and humor attractive, so don't miss the chance to engage. But it's not just about playful teasing. Sometimes her interest lies in the future she's imagining with you. Let's talk about that. 3. She mentions future adventures together. You're chatting about hobbies and she says, "I've always wanted to try paddleboarding. Have you ever done it?" Or maybe you're swapping travel stories and she adds, "You should join me on a wine tour someday. It's so much fun." These aren't just idle comments. Younger women often use future planning as a low-pressure way to see if you'll take the hint and suggest a date. By mentioning things she's passionate about, she's inviting you to take the lead and make those shared adventures a reality. Your move? Take action. When she says, "I've always wanted to check out that rooftop bar," respond with, "Let's go this weekend. You can tell me if it lives up to the hype." She's dropping the breadcrumbs, you just have to follow them. If she's envisioning the future, that's a clear sign she's interested. But what about the little things she notices about you right now? Let's explore that next. 4. She notices small changes about you. You show up to a shared yoga class with a new pair of shoes, and she says, "Nice kicks. Are those new?" Or you've recently started running, and she casually asks, "You've been working out more, haven't you?" These aren't just polite observations. They're signs she's paying closer attention to you than others. This attention is deliberate. Psychologically, this ties into selective attention. When someone notices minor changes about you, it's because they're focused on you in a way most people aren't. For her, it's a way of showing interest and encouraging you to notice her in return. When she compliments you, use it as a chance to engage further. Say, "You've got a sharp eye. Next time, I might need your help picking out a good running trail." This turns her observation into a playful invitation for more time together. Noticing the details is one thing, but sometimes she'll take it a step further and create scenarios where you're the one who saves the day. Let's talk about that next. 5. She pretends to need help with something simple. She's perfectly capable of fixing her playlist or choosing the best coffee at the cafe. But instead, she asks, "What's your go-to order here? I can never decide." Or maybe she's trying to rearrange furniture at a group gathering and says, "Could you give me a hand with this? It's heavier than I thought." This isn't about the task, it's about creating a moment of connection. Asking for help taps into the principle of reciprocity, where offering assistance builds rapport and opens the door for more personal interaction. Pro tip: don't just solve the problem and walk away. Use the moment to set up a future connection. Say, "I've got your back this time, but next time you owe me coffee." It keeps the energy light and gives her an easy way to suggest another meetup. These signs are clear, but we're just scratching the surface. The next set of behaviors will reveal even more about her interest. Don't miss them. 6. She reacts strongly to your relationship mentions. You're swapping stories about a recent weekend, and you casually mention an ex or drop the fact that you're single. Suddenly, her demeanor shifts. She leans in, asks follow-up questions like, "How long were you together?" Or even makes a playful comment like, "So you're back on the market now." Her strong reaction isn't random, it's a mix of curiosity and low-key jealousy. Psychologically, this taps into a principle called emotional salience, where topics tied to romantic availability naturally draw heightened attention. She's trying to gauge the playing field and subtly hint at her interest. Here's the move. If she's probing about your relationship status, steer the conversation toward the future. Say something like, "It's been nice focusing on myself, but I'm definitely open to someone who gets me." You've just left the door open for her to think, "Could I be that someone?" But her words aren't the only thing giving her away. What about her thoughtful gestures? That's where the next sign comes into play. 7. She brings you small, thoughtful gifts. You casually mention your favorite coffee, and next time you meet, she hands you a cup saying, "I remembered you like caramel macchiatos." Or maybe she spots a book you've been meaning to read and says, "I saw this and thought of you." These aren't just nice gestures, they're investments. Younger women who are interested often express it through thoughtful actions that show they're paying attention and care about your happiness. Psychologically, this ties into the principle of reciprocal liking. By giving you something meaningful, she's fostering a sense of connection and hoping for an emotional response in return. Your response: acknowledge her effort and playfully tease her. "Wow, you're spoiling me. If this keeps up, I might start expecting dessert with my coffee next time." This keeps the vibe fun while leaving room for more exchanges. But if you think thoughtful gifts are revealing, wait until you notice how she starts to lean into physical cues. 8. She uses accidental touch more frequently. You're sitting side by side at a group dinner and her knee gently brushes against yours, but she doesn't move it away. Or maybe you're standing in line at a cafe and she lightly taps your arm to emphasize a point, saying, "No way, you seriously believe that?" Physical touch is one of the strongest nonverbal cues of attraction. If she's finding reasons to accidentally touch you more often, she's testing the waters. Touch triggers oxytocin, the bonding hormone, and it's her way of building intimacy in a subtle, low-pressure way. Don't shy away from these moments. If her touch lingers, respond confidently. Lightly touch her hand as you make a point or lean slightly closer to show you're receptive. The key is to mirror her comfort level without overdoing it. Accidental touches are a strong sign, but remember what I told you at the start. There's one clue that's so subtle, most guys miss it, and it's the biggest giveaway of all. This next sign proves she's not just interested, she's already imagining you in her life. 9. She includes you in her stories. She's recounting a recent trip and says, "You'd have loved the beach there. It's totally your vibe." Or maybe she's talking about her weekend plans and casually adds, "You should come next time. It'll be fun." This is more than friendly chatter. By weaving you into her stories, she's signaling that she's imagining you as part of her life. This psychological cue, known as inclusion projection, shows she's already picturing shared experiences and dropping hints for you to make it happen. Your move? Call it out in a playful way. "So, you're saying I'd make a great travel buddy? Sounds like a plan." This not only acknowledges her hint, but also shifts the conversation toward potential future plans together. But what if she's doing something even more subconscious? There's one psychological sign most people miss, and it's a game changer. Let's get into it. 10. She mimics your behavior. You're chatting over coffee, and she starts using phrases you say often, like "no way" or "game on." Or during a group hangout, you notice she mirrors your body language, leaning in when you do, or matching your energy level. This is called mirroring, and it's one of the most telling signs of interest. It's a subconscious way of creating connection and building rapport. By mimicking your actions, speech, or even tone, she's signaling that she feels aligned with you on a deeper level. Want to test it? Try shifting your body language or tossing out a unique phrase. If she picks up on it, you've got confirmation that her interest goes beyond casual friendliness. And when you notice her mirroring, don't let the moment pass. Say something like, "Are you copying me?" I guess great minds think alike. It's a playful way to highlight the connection and keep the interaction engaging. If you've made it this far, congratulations. You're already noticing things most guys miss. Now tell me, have you ever overlooked these signs before, or do you think someone's giving you one right now? Drop a comment and share your thoughts. And if you've come this far, type green light in the comments so I know you're paying attention. Stick around. The next video might just reveal even more.